All right, so the next one we're going to go over is the Uraken fist, I believe is what it's called. Please excuse my awful... I've been living in this country and I still can't speak the language.
Stop, I'm worse than you. All I say is please, when you get to this country, hire a Japanese teacher right away. Do not waste your time.
Yeah, as one of my biggest regrets is how bad my Japanese still is. But the Backfist. Again, so real simple. It's the same as the normal, the normal fist that we talked about in the very first punch we went over in this series. And you're just hitting them on the backside, right? That was a beautiful one. Show that again to the crowd. Woo, with the snap and everything. I hope the mic caught that. So that's exactly what you're doing. You're taking it and you're hitting them with the back of your fist. Now, the primary spot that you'll learn this first is really to the nose, maybe to that nerve cluster right under it. There are some adjustments you can make. There are some adjustments. I'm leaving that in. So I wanted to go over the fact that he did it the version I learned first. Where you're just going in and you're like snapping it out there. But I do know there are some people who actually flick the wrist to get like a snap at the end. I personally am not a huge fan of that. I can understand if you're trying to slap the nose kind of, but I don't really see it generating that much more power than the other version when you're hitting somebody in the nose of the nerve cluster here. If you're maybe like opening your fingers out to like maybe wick the eyes or something, maybe. Sort of like a...
I'd still prefer to.
Yeah, we have other strikes for that.
Do you remember the way DC used to do it in UFC when he would just...
He would never, because he would never cheat.
Oh, he never
You're talking
cheated.
about Jones?
Yeah.
Huh?
I'm not saying no.
Wait, DC did it too?
Yes, and he did it on purpose because the hands would be up and he'd flick it down and flick it in. And then they asked about him afterwards and he was like, it was the gloves.
No, I do remember that.
Yeah.
I do remember that.
You could clearly tell because he did it technically perfect, right? Exactly what you see it in Uechi-ryu where he literally popped the hand down and flicked the eye.
So what you're saying is UFC fighters cheat with karate.
Yes.
There you go. All right. Yeah, that's
No, DC and John Jones are the nicest
guys. They've never cheated before, ever.
Yeah.
Ever.
You can speak to this. Yeah, I know I've been poked in the eye, but I've poked a few dudes in the eye. I'm trying to stay out of this. Joe, I'm trying to stay out of this.
Anyway, it's not the point. That is a different technique. Let's go back to this right now. So yeah, you have some people who flick. I personally don't like it. But you have two ways in which it's usually taught. Smashing the nose. You have some people who kind of go up instead. They'll like go up and forward compared to back. Okay, so you have the boom and the boom versions of this technique. Okay, both are useful. They have their own reasons why you might want to use them. Smashing down on the nose, hitting out, knocking the face backwards. Depending on what you want in that fight, it can give you very, very different outcomes. So for example, if we're here and I smash his nose straight down, say I'm in a position, say I'm off to the side of him, punch comes in, jab, right? That's a better strike than here, just based on my general angle. Being able to smash the nose, smash the side of the head. Even from this position, just other hand, okay? Boom, it's right there. That being said, say we're here and that punch comes in and I want to go up and I up it instead, his face goes back and then I'm opening up his throat and his body depending on what I want to do with the punch. So it changes up depending on which punch you use or which version and which angle you hit with will change the way in which your opponent responds and allow you different options when you're fighting. And so while I've heard from two different, again, high-ranking people about which one's better and which one's worse, I don't really like that thought process. It's like, what am I trying to do right now? What's better in this particular situation? And then I decide which version. Do I want to do that one? Do I want to do that one? Or maybe the flick one, if that's what you want to do, right? So again, you have the back fist. Anything you want to add?
I like it.
All right, cool. Guys, so when I was asked to do a video on the Uechi-ryu striking techniques, I did not recognize how in detailed we were going to end up being. And so I'm cutting this up into multiple different parts So please like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you can get the entire thing. We go over all the basic Uechi striking techniques, so I'll be putting those up in the near future. So if you're liking the content, interested in the Uechi techniques or any form of karate, please, like I said, like, subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you next time. Peace.